Evening, chat. Back on Michigan again. Working on the beet harvest. Hey, cowboy. How's it going? I'm also on the non-updated version of the map, of course, too. So, otherwise, crossplay and stuff would not be able to be done. Not too bad. Just hanging out at home. Nice. How's the test search going? Pretty good. I got a handful of candidates. I've made some changes in my Discord here too to accommodate it, and we'll see what happens. Nothing's set in stone. Well, two positions are for sure set in stone. I'm kind of looking for two more, but I do have theoretically two possible candidates for that already. So if it doesn't pan out, then I will see what I can do with just the two that I did get for sure, and we'll go from there. Hey Joe, how many beats could Brian pick if Brian could put beats? About 40 million. At least that's what I'm guessing. Between 35 and 40 million by the time I'm done. Yeah, I've deleted the post now off Facebook. Because I've gotten enough responses and stuff that I've gone through, and I'm still going through a couple of them yet just to kind of weed out the ones that, you know, there's a lot of them that responded with not much testing experience or the such, and well, I need testing experience. I need somebody that knows how to test maps. So ideally they have a save game on one of the two maps already, because that helps me push through whether the save game truly is save, you know, it is a save game friendly. On my end, I've been able to replicate it multiple times, but it's good like to have a few third-party people confirm that yeah, that works fine with their save kind of thing. But yeah, I'm hoping. I'm kind of, you know, up front, I'm kind of preliminary searching for when I get the 4Xs involved, because the 4X is 4 times the size of a standard map, so it takes 4 times the effort to test it, in my opinion. So it'd be nice to have a couple extra hands to help take that workload off of the others in the group here that are my main testers, where they can focus on other items, and the other map testers can kind of work through the normal stuff, not so intricate kind of thing, or you know, whatever they want to test kind of thing. Because when we start getting into the 4X maps next year, that's when it's going to be all hands on deck, because I can only do so much on a 4X map for testing. It just, unless I play with it for like 6 months, then I'm pretty confident that everything's working like it should, where you have 6 or 7 guys looking at different aspects of it at the same time, you can get testing done and bugs and stuff fixed quite rapidly. So it's kind of a preliminary test group to bigger projects to help take the workload. So I'm kind of using the smaller maps as like a baseline to see how they test it, what kind of input they give me, kind of thing. So I know, how good they're testing. Because honestly, I tested a little crap out of all these maps. So I know what is working, what's questionable, and other things that's like, well, I should fix that, but well, it'll be all right. So it'd be interesting to see when we get the testing phase going, because quite frankly, if I uploaded the maps tonight, which I did plan on doing, Giants isn't going to look at them before the Christmas break. It's going to be more towards the first year, so we got 2.5 weeks here to play around with this stuff and do some testing and stuff on it. And even if I upload them to Giants, I can still recall them before they look at them. So it's not like I'm losing ground. If we don't find nothing, then they're ahead of the game. They're in the testing tree, I guess you'd call it. So that way they're first in, first out kind of setup. So you can break what? Yeah, exactly. Break it so I can fix it. That's exactly right. I like fixing stuff. Unless it's something that I don't know how to fix, then it becomes troublesome, but I have a pretty good grasp on the ins and outs of these maps that I've created and built and have helped build with Shorty with this one. I have a pretty good handle on what's what. The other thing is nice bringing people in from the outside is that my group here and of the testers I have, we all kind of have a general understanding of how we always play the game, and it's not how everybody else plays a game. So if you throw a couple oddballs in there, for lack of better terms, you can get maybe a different spin on or a different side of it tested where normally you wouldn't have messed around too much with it. That's the other reason. And for the love of God, I don't need somebody that just wants the map to go get viewership for, because that does nothing for anybody except for themselves. So that's why I made it very clear in my post that I don't want YouTubers or Twitchers, because I don't want you just showcasing the map instead of actually testing it. Because that's what would happen, and I see it happen all the time. These big guys get these maps as a first look or testing, they call the heading, and it's really just them showcasing it, showing it off for the viewership, and that doesn't help anybody. Works in marketing as well, yeah. The wiki way. Yep, testing maps should not be content. Unless of course you are the map maker. Well, then it's your free right to give content, because A, it shows that you do test your maps, and B, it's yours. You have the right to do what you want with it. But I don't do a whole lot of testing on streams anyways. Oops, come here, you bugger. Only when I'm in the process of making, well, go in and test a trigger here or there, but my full-on testing is usually just live streaming in Discord with the buddies and going through everything and looking at stuff. Separation of marketing QA. Wrong chat. Stormbringer. That must be the Wookiee way, huh? Posting in the wrong chats. So how's everybody doing this evening? I'm very excited for the updates. There was things over the weekend that I have figured out. And it will future-proof the map, I guess, in terms. Um, the the farmer market now should have the ability to sell everything, and I mean everything. Um, Even snow, but you don't get paid for it. You can't. You can dump snow there, but you don't get paid for it. But you can get rid of snow on the map by selling it at the marketplace. But you don't get paid for it. It gets rid of it. Well, there are plenty of Wookiee ways. Not sure you want to know most of them, but keep your arms inside the stream at all times. Especially in farm equipment. Oh yeah, for sure. DMS in the house. Thank you for the sub. Much appreciated, buddy. How's it going? How did your were you actually like live the entire time during your what was it, 5 day or 10 day marathon? Like, because I didn't tune in at night where I didn't know if I'd actually see you sleeping. That's just creepy watching somebody sleep on stream live. That would be just weird. Oh, and yes, oh boy. So you actually had it streaming when you were sleeping. Oofta. Username checks out. I'm doing good, DMS. Doing real well. I don't even know we can at the Bernie streamer. Thank you, Shorty, for the shout out for DMS. I'm just harvesting beets. I'm on here by myself right now. I'm sorry. But I think we're somewhere over 25. I don't know, my phone still has it. Let me go look. My phone might have the... Nope, I don't no more. I reset it somewhere along the lines. It's a lot. We're somewhere close to halfway to 40 million. Like, I think we're at like 22 and some change million liters harvested. My younger days, maybe 5 days, but now 30 hours is about my limit. It feels dangerous. Yeah. My streaming limits is about 4, maybe 5 hours. That's about all I can do. Hats off to those that do 24 hours or in some cases 10 days. I don't know how you do it. Of course, you're sleeping in some of that. Obviously, there's nobody I don't think can stay awake for 10 days straight. I don't know if that's humanly possible, but maybe. Oh no. My arse off? Yeah. Yeah, you got. I mean, I believe the one time I tuned in, you were I think you just woken up because you had the crazy hairstyle going on, and you had your puppies or doggies all over too, running around and messing with them. I fell asleep 3 hours into watching a stream. Hell, that'll happen. Probably happens a lot more when somebody's doing sugar beets. So if you guys fall asleep, I won't count it towards you.
I'm already asleep.
Well, we're this far along. I'm hoping, if it's just me tonight, I'm hoping I can get through 34 and 33. I should be able to get that much out by myself. That's all I have. But if it looks like fun, anybody's more than welcome to join. It's I think there's like 6 mods. They're all cross-platform. Nothing special. If you like driving truck, that's really what I really need the most, is a truck driver. But I can't pay you. It's all charitable work. I mean, that's just how it is. Enjoy my streams, actually interact with chat. Well, ain't that part of streaming, Cowboy? Is to interact with your chat, and I mean that's why I stream. I mean, otherwise I'd be sleeping by now. Granted, there are times that when I'm actually doing map making in Giants Editor that I'm focused on the screen in front of me instead of the screen to my side where chat's at, so I don't catch everything all the time, but I do my best. Without the viewers, it would be very boring. It'd be just like playing the game by myself still. Yes, Wookie, these are sugar beets. A whole map of them. All the rest of those fields got sugar beets on them. Here's the map to show you. Those are sugar beets. 22 million and some change have been harvested and sent through the pilers. I gotta get you off this root crop, DMS. No, I don't think you ever will be able to. I love root crops. Well, mostly just sugar beets. Potatoes, I'm not too. I'll do them, but I'm not that fond of them as I am sugar beets. I just like chewing sugar beets. And I do it legitimately too. I mean, this is a real harvester, real capacity, real header width. That's the only way to do it. There's only a select few people that are crazy that as I am to do this. I do know that Red Dirt Ranch has done a full map of sugar beets on Frankmuth on a 24-hour stream. That's a bit more crazy than I am. I'm on day 9, but that's like 36 hours or 28 hours. That's what's on this harvester. I've been harvesting them for 28 hours now. Because this harvester's bought brand new before we started, and it's been run the whole time. I think I'll go jump off a bridge now. Haven't played Farm Sim since, don't recall the version. Did build 17 and taters? Oh, that must have been fun. Yeah, but you guys got cheater mods. That's what I call them. They go like super speed and super fast or whatever. Big capacities. I know very well you did not do field 17 on the map you're playing with the 4-row in-game harvester. For the first 36 hours? Okay. That was probably what, maybe a third of the field? That field 17 is huge. That's like the size of one of my maps. 17%. Where's the John Deere mod? Which one, Wookie? I got a few John Deere mods, but I am playing strictly crossplay. So any viewers that want to have the fun that I'm having can join, and made it very easy because there's only like a few mods, so all are welcome. You don't have to be a subscriber, you don't have to be a follower, you don't have to like me. I mean, it is what it is. I'm harvesting beets. That's all I'm doing. If that's not fun for you, then don't join, because that's all we're doing. And we are on night 9, I guess you would call it, not day, more like night 9. Yeah, if anybody's interested, just let me know and I can get you the game name and password and you'll be all set. Killed by Stormbringer carrot twice in rapid succession. That's random. Don't know why these cats learned all tap, but it's getting more frequent now. Need an industrial keyboard cover for the cat traffic. I I have to agree. Cats, for some reason, are attracted to keyboards. Not sure why or why that is, but they seem to be attracted to keyboards. No, we're gonna hire you out so I can move my equipment. Oof, this truck needs fuel and repair. Guess we'll do that on our way back from the piler. We put a load in. No, why would you pull out in front of me?
Yeah, we gotta get some sound to that.
Thank you, Leo. I nailed his other one the other day on my channel too, so eventually you think he maybe stopped trying to troll people. Nothing, Wookie. Just there's just a certain person going around through Twitch channels that is liking to troll people, and we just get rid of them before they even attempt it. And then they create a new name and they sit around and lay around like they're, not causing any trouble, just waiting to pounce, and we just get rid of them before they can dry. And I do have a cool little memento thing now I play when as a farewell for them. It worked, shorty. My keybinds were just messed up. I didn't have to get out of the truck. No, that's a bot. We'll let that one go. We won't play it for the bots. We'll only play it for people. It's not as fun. Hello.
Hello.
Let's see. We will send you back to here. Make sure you can find your way there first before I go anywhere. Yep, okay. And we will take you to Pyler. 2020, that's an old emote. Oh, I got him set to the wrong speed, don't I? Yeah, he's gonna take forever there, coming at that speed. Let's get you some more speed. There we go. Noticed he wasn't moving fast. And blocked by a car. We'll probably figure it out. Maybe not. Might have to turn off traffic.
Is password still the same?
Correct. Password's still the same.
Yeah. Coming in.
Okay. I'm just using AI to drive to there and from there. Well, not to there, I'm driving myself, but I'm having the empty ones with Tear Dirt drive back by themselves.
Yeah.
Just to kind of help speed up my turnaround, except he keeps running into people, looks like. We will just do this to make this easier for us. Oops. There. Now he won't get blocked by traffics.
Would have been in a bit earlier, but I ended up falling asleep.
No worries. Sleep is never overrated.
No. And then I woke up and I was hungry, so I had to have something to eat.
Now he's moving again.
Sleep? What's that?
What?
Sleep.
Oh, sleep?
That's what I usually say, shorty. Oh, I want to sleep.
Yeah, I do enough of it, don't I?
They have a pretty big hitbox detection for objects now. The roads aren't wide enough anymore. Keeps picking up the poles.
I'm forcing myself
Fair
right
enough.
now.
He's still moving, so we'll just let it go as is. Just have to put a logo up there so I don't have to see all that orange anymore. But he's getting where he's got to go.
Jeez.
Should be right behind me. Yep, there he is. Good. Wish these boxes would raise and lower faster.
Yeah. They are a bit slow.
There's Chad. Chadley, or he should be able to path himself from here. Might be a little laggy here first. Oh, you guys are on PC though. Oh, he's not,
Yep.
but I'm gonna set him up to go back here. Doink. Actually, I might as well set him. This guy needs dirt dumped. Oh, he's probably set slow, ain't he? Yeah, they're all. No, that guy's good. This guy needs some help. This red truck needs to go to the farm and get repaired and fueled. When he after he dumps his load out. Be back gonna eat dinner? Alrighty, cowboy. We'll be here most likely. Unless you take a really long time to eat dinner. That one's taking a detour through the field. They met at the same corner, that's always a bad thing. It looks like
Yeah.
they figured it out.
Yeah, they have, I think. No, one stuck in the field. Against the post.
The other one stuck to the field.
Yep, against the post. I went the opposite way to them, so I didn't get in their way.
Lieutenant Dan! Coming in with a raid. Welcome to your party of 3. How was your stream? Thank you for the raid. Much appreciated. Stream was great. Awesome. You'll give me a Lieutenant Dan shout out for thank you for raiding. Or as a thank you for raiding. Stream was great. That is awesome. Welcome to the channel. First time chatter. Be careful of the truck on the blocking the road down there on between 2 and 3. Just a heads up. Don't come screaming down there without brakes, because I think he's blocking the whole road.
Yeah.
How's sugar beet harvest going? It's going pretty good. Oh, you hurt your left wrist and hand. Well, why'd you... Leo, what were you doing? Sugar beet harvest is going good. We're about, I'd say somewhere north of 25 million liters harvested. We have the whole map planted. That's what
Yeah,
we've
Brian,
done.
I really don't want to know how.
Right? Don't know if he can sit there with such a skinny header for sugar beets. Yeah, it takes some patience.
Blocking the road. Taking this red truck back to the farm
Okay.
to refuel.
Yep. Where we're storing them, we are selling them. Direct selling them all to the beet pilers south of the map, end of the map. Down there where those blue dots and those yellow trucks are at. That's the piling grounds that sell. Direct sells the beets after you send them through the piler. If you own it, you get tear dirt back. If you don't own it, it's just a sell point. But we're selling them all. We're at 9.1 million so far of earned income from beet harvesting. We reset the balance to $0 when we started out. So that is total minus some expenses of repairs and stuff, but that is what the bank has currently for all the beets we sold. Forgot about those, yeah. Yeah, it's impressive. We should be, my estimation is somewhere around 35 to 40 million liters of beets on the map, all said and done. That's my rough estimate. Need a hand? Of course, we could always use more hands. My only requirement, because we've had some meh about it, but you don't have to have a mic, you just gotta be able to hear me, which if you're in stream you hear me. And don't fart around, otherwise I'll ban you, and you'll be banned from my game and my chat and Twitch, so that's really just a general rule. Other than that, yeah, you're more than welcome to come play. Michigan, or Taylor Farms Michigan Beet Harvest, I think it is, or something like. Oh, let me go look. Yeah, Taylor Farms Michigan Beeting. Password is Taylor with a capital T. And there's like 6 mods. What would I like to see to come in the game in the future? Honestly, I would love to see US style pole type sugar beet harvest equipment. Either from Archway, Amity, Alloy, one of those brands. Archway and Amity are the 2 major brands now in the US for pole type sugar beet harvesting. But that's what I would really love to see, is real American pole type beet harvesting equipment. Next to that would be crops that when you plant them, they come up in that direction. So if you plant headlands, you can see that that's actually headlands versus the other rows, instead of the grid pattern that we have now and have had since the beginning of Farm Sim. That would be pretty nice. And the thirdly would be dynamic terrain, where when it rains, the fields get muddy, you can get stuck. You can rut them up, kind of thing. And then if you don't plow them or, you know, level them out and you plant right afterwards, your crop gets deducted from, you know, maybe not, doesn't come up in those rutted up areas. You know, more dynamic ground would be pretty cool.
Or something to try and modify.
Juggy, yeah, they're all in-game mods. Just go to the details and download. There's like 6 of them. The map plus like 5 or 6 mods. They're all off Giants' mod hub. You never downloaded mods before? Oh boy. Really? I mean, I guess that could be a thing.
Yeah.
So, in your option menu, or when you click on the game name, it'll have somewhere like you can click and see downloads, or details, I think it's called. If you hit details, it'll show you the mods that we're using, then just hit download, and it'll download them all. And once it's done downloading and installing them, you should be able to connect to the game. Waiting to hear the ability to deform the screen. Yes, Norm. You know that's on my wish list, don't you? You grew up in the Sugar Beet Country, Minnesota? Yeah, oh yeah. Other than that, really, the game is quite complete for me. I mean, a lot of people say they'd like to see more crops or more animals or something like that, which, yeah, you know, it'd be nice, but I don't think we need mining. That's just my personal opinion. I really don't think a farming game needs to have mining aspects in it because it's mining. It's a whole
No.
different industry. Um, you're not farming rocks. That's not, no, that's mining. It's a totally different industry. Trees, yes, you can farm trees because you can plant them and then they grow up and then you can cut them down. Usually it's about 10, 20 years in between those two, or more, even longer. There's some trees that grow slower. But you know, forestry is a type of farming, but mining, I don't think you could classify it as farming. But you know, there's a lot of maps already that have the mining feature, gold mining, and all that stuff in it, which is cool. Just not my cup of tea. Yeah, there is a gold mining game out, but it's not multiplayer, and that's the biggest thing that killed that Gold Rush game. That's what you're referring to. They didn't listen to the community telling them that they wanted to be multiplayer, and that's what killed it. Yep. They didn't do crossplay, which is the big thing too. Crossplay is everything now. Most games that come out should be crossplay enabled. And secondly, they should be multiplayer. Otherwise, you are missing a very large portion of gamers in today's world. The days of sitting over at your buddy's house playing the same game on a split screen TV is days of the past. That is old technology, outdated. Games should never be made that way anymore. At least on the current gen consoles. and PCs. It's just, it's outdated.
Split screen hasn't been a thing since PS2 days, has it?
What's that?
I think split screen. I don't think it's been a thing since PS2 days.
I think there's a couple games in PS3 you could play in, but there's like,
Yeah,
there's other games where you can like share the controller kind of thing,
yeah,
which I never understood either. Um, and it's not really, it's more like the Nintendo world that still does the whole split screen, like Mario Kart and stuff like that. Like the PlayStation
yeah,
and Xboxes, they've surpassed that. Nintendo's still hanging on to it. Which for
yeah,
Nintendo, maybe it works. I mean, maybe that's what makes the Nintendo unique versus the other one. It's more of a family console versus a gamer console type thing.
yeah,
And maybe that's the market share or market that they're running for or looking for keeping inside of.
yeah,
Um, could very well be. It makes sense. But if, PlayStation, Xbox, if they went back to that, they would do horrible
yeah. They would.
because you're going backwards, not forward.
Yeah.
Don't know why you're stuck at 10%? Me either. You could try restarting your console if that's what you're on. Other than that, I don't know.
Giant server issue. So he has an internet issue. Is he on Xbox or PlayStation?
I don't
He's
know.
trying to.
Juggy, what are you on? If you're still here. Is it Xbox, PlayStation, PC? Oh, you're on PC. Hmm, that's really weird. You could try restarting the game, but other than that, I don't know. Oh, it could be a shader thing too if you had. I've heard of that problem too now. That sometimes your game will hang up if you your shader thing gets weird. Shader files. There's a shader cache folder that you can remove or delete the shader files out of, and then the game will rebuild them. That sometimes causes hang-ups with joining. I'm not sure then, at that point, because these guys got in no problem. Password, yes, that is correct. And I know it's not the number of people in here, because we've had, what, 6? Almost, man, we had 8 that one night, I think, without any problems.
Yeah,
So I know it's not because the number of people are in here, because there's only 3 of us.
yeah.
I'll catch you when I turn around.
That's why that's name stopped.
I'm gonna work side to side here. Makes the turns a little easier.
So it couldn't get me using control. That's why my driving's improved a bit.
So we got all this week yet, and all next week that Giants is in, and the week after that they're out. Is that what I've been hearing?
Yeah. They finish next Friday.
Next Friday they go on break for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So if I did update, or I uploaded the 2 updated maps, they could very well get to it by Wednesday next week, and if it passes,
Yeah.
it would release before Christmas then.
Yeah. No, it's a week Saturday that they go off. Sorry.
Yeah, then it wouldn't be
Finish
till after
first.
the first of the year then.
Yeah. Yes, 21st on Wednesday. Yeah. A week Saturday. Giants go off.
Yeah. I'm torn. I don't know if I should do it or not. I kind of want to just to get the ball rolling and get in the queue, in the testing list queue, but in the same front, I don't know. Maybe I should throw them through testing a little bit more just to make sure that that trigger definitely does work.
Yeah.
On the same front, I at least know if Giants says no, you can't do that. I know.
Yeah.
Then I know I got to go back to the drawing board and figure something else out, or just say the heck with
Yeah.
it. Because it's more than just a trigger. I manipulated some of the stuff inside the map too, for what it's categorized as.
Yeah.
That's only like passing the half down here. I might as well just stay here and do these ones.
That red truck's in the garage. The farm.
What's that?
The truck it's in the garage at the farm. Just needs
Okay.
repairing.
Okay.
It's been fueled.
Tonight I gotta write the number down because I gotta recalculate everything again because I lost my number I had.
Yeah.
Gotta put it on my desktop, so that way I put the field numbers down and the total, so I know where we're at when I add the rest of it all together.
Yeah. hear that in the background.
Not bad. About an hour it took me to do this field.
Yeah. It wasn't bad. Thought Swiss might have been in with you. Still working.
What's that, Phil?
Swiss might have been in with you. She must be still in work.
Yeah. I did some reorganization in Discord, you probably noticed.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I got roles assigned now instead of individual people on channels. Makes it a little bit easier to
Yeah.
manage.
Right. Yeah, I did see that, but I did mention him with streaming.
Dump these down here. You guys want to haul out everything we got and then round up the equipment and get it moved in over to here while I'm getting these opened up. You guys will have a little bit of downtime, I think.
Is there none to be hauled in? Just he's
Don't
just took it.
yeah, don't haul any more or any less than half a trailer. So if you have at least 50% when you get everything all emptied out, you can, haul it in. If it's below that, then don't bother.
Yeah, that last one I just bumped into was only about 10% full.
Yeah,
No,
that one's
it's
not
that.
worth bothering. That's not worth hauling it.
No.
It's only maybe 16,000, 10,000.
Yeah.
This field's in the green. Good. This field's probably all in the green, I'm guessing.
right, Brian. I think I'm gonna close it.
Alright, Shorty. Oh, there's Swiss. Have yourself a good night, Shorty.
All right.
Have a good one, Shorty.
Hey, Swiss.
That was Joy leaving, was it?
What was that? What did you say, Phil?
Whoa. Ay, ay, ay. Hang on. I thought you were saying I want to Swiss in Discord.
Is Swiss in Discord?
No.
Oh, okay. So I redid all the permissions, so you guys should all be able to get into this channel now that are in the regular group or private group, I called it.
Yep.
Donnie, you inspired me to try my hand at sugar beet harvesting. Up until last week, I had never messed with sugar beets. But better than I thought it would. Well, awesome, Donnie. That is awesome that I tickled you enough that you were willing to try beets. No, hon, don't tickle me. No, I not you to tickle me.
Sure.
Yes, I'm sure. Don't tickle me.
I'll come and empty you now.
Love you too, hon.
Want to be tickled? Let me know.
Tickle, tickle,
Hey,
tickle,
Swiss.
tickle, tickle.
Hi, Swiss.
I quit.
Hi. Hello, hello. Tickle, tickle. What are we up to tonight?
Oh, the usual. Beet harvesting.
I thought it was pineapples.
Pineapples. Nice.
Oh, I gotta turn down my audio.
Oh, yeah, I gotta do that on my end. I'll turn it down on my end so you're not so loud in my stream.
Yeah, nobody wants to hear me.
There, that should be better.
Gotta see what I'm wearing. Three of us.
Four. There's four of us.
Oh, I see three of us.
Okay, now I got you two. I can't hardly hear you.
Yeah, there's only 3 of us in Discord, Swiss.
Yeah, 3 of us in Discord, 4 of us in game.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do?
Whatever you want. Truck driving or harvesting. Whatever you want.
Drive a truck. Should I cart or just drive a truck?
If Phil doesn't want to drive cart, you want to drive cart. I guess you two can battle that out. Whatever you want to do.
Well, we only have one harvester going.
But yeah, we only have one harvester going. That's
One.
me.
You want 2 harvesters though?
I don't know if we could support unless we dump the cart and go 2 truck drivers, 2 harvesters. That would work. But 2 harvesters, 1 trucker, and 1 cart won't work.
Yeah, the distance is too big.
Yep, distance is too far. Travel time. But 2 trucks and 2 harvesters might work.
Whatever you guys want.
I'm easy, Swiss.
No? Never mind, I won't say anything.
I kind of left that one open for that.
You did.
This is one of those irregular shaped fields. I don't know.
Yeah.
I take headlands at this side, then just yeah, I'll just keep going on this side, down and back. Train already went through, so I ain't gotta worry about that.
I'll take this truck.
When you come back with that Swiss, Watson, you can take up cart.
Okay. It's gonna be a long drive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jeez. Oh. Yes, beats. Again. You should know this by now, Ryan. That's all I do is beats. I am the #1 Twitch beet farmer. Guaranteed.
Have that Michael Jackson theme song. Just beat it.
I used to have the song "We Got the Beats" or something like that. It was called, like the '80s song.
I'm doing so good already.
Oh, that train has got to be getting close again. Hurry, 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 hurry. Okay.
Oh, you're alright.
Careful, don't spam emojis too much. Wisebot will get you, or Nightbot. Oh. I'm just gonna keep going straight. No, I'm not, because I got the field cut the other way. Never mind. I'm not gonna keep going straight.
No. I'm at 96 awful and empty.
Okay.
A pull chain in this.
Hmm.
Do we have a recovery chain in this game?
Why you asking, Swiss?
No reason.
Not in this mod pack. We don't have the towing chain.
Oof.
That don't sound even any better.
Yeah. I'll get a tractor.
Got Swiss asking for a towing chain, and then Phil says wolf.
Oof.
Those are two things that never go together real well. Something big is going on somewhere. And that's, oh, here we go. Let's go look.
No,
That's a
don't go
screenshot
look.
moment.
Oh,
Not look.
somebody forgot there's a stop sign. Yeah, that one stuck. Yeah, you did good on that one.
Yeah.
All right, well, that was fun. I'm sure you two will manage. Them darn ditches.
My fault. I was going one way and I realized I had to go the other way.
Quick decisions and you decided to go straight instead.
No, I didn't steer.
Oh, it didn't steer.
There you go, Phil. Going
And again.
straighten the, yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Oh, thank God. JCB to the rescue. And Phil's just taking it off. He's just leaving with it. Alright, you go to the beet harvest or the beet hill.
Yeah. I was just getting out the field.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't trust me now.
You think the map could make it so you could actually fill in the ditches, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you'd think the map maker would do something like that. I mean, at least make it so you could just terraform it flat again or something.
You're
I
right.
mean,
Yeah,
I don't understand why the map maker put these ditches in this map. I mean, I just
Yeah.
I don't get it. I just want to farm. I don't want all these challenges to farm around.
I think we need an anchor on this truck.
Boat anchor.
Yeah, to throw out, as well as the brakes.
Everyone have a good day.
Yeah, I had a pretty good day.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, what is that? Hold the phone. Never seen that before. Hey Doc, how's it going? First time joining the stream, also from Michigan, talked to me earlier. I talked to a lot of people earlier today. Because I did have a post out on my Facebook looking for a couple testers, map testers. So yeah. Which I have found a set that I'm gonna work through and look at and test out them with map testing. Testing the testers, I guess you could say.
Exams.
Ah, okay. Yep, I know who you are. That one I know. Yep. So yeah, in my about section of the channel here, you'll see my computer specs entirely, what I'm using and what I have, if that helps you at all too. It's pretty specced out as far as laptops go. But that's where my experience really is just with laptops. I had a desktop, but it was back in like the Windows 95, Windows 98 maybe era. So I'm pretty outdated on desktop stuff. I don't think any of those PCs would run Farm Sim 22.
I saw a post a couple of weeks ago about somebody having issues with 22. And what's his name? He put up a picture
Yep.
of his graphics card. His graphics card wanted updating. What's his name? To a different driver. So he put his specs up and the graphics card, I think, if I remember rightly, it was a 210.
Okay, J-Man. No worries.
So it was really old. And he was asking why FS wouldn't run.
Gee, I wonder.
But yeah. Then somebody put in the comments, you need a new graphics card. But he actually needed a whole new PC.
Trying to figure out why this is.
Be back in a minute.
Okay. Okay. Alright. Leo, I'm gonna need you to explain to me what that means after stream. I've never seen that before. That's weird. If you have a minute. 37 years old over there? Yep. Yeah, I'm pushing a couple more than that. Around and round we go. Where the end is, nobody knows. So what's been going on out in the farm sim world this week? Anybody know anything fun, interesting, nice mods that came out? Cool mods that came out, things you're looking for, waiting for, any of that fun stuff?
Would have more in there.
Over for a big capacity cattle barn? Yeah. That would be pretty cool.
There are a few of those out already.
There's a few of them out there on the mod hub. They're not very
Thousand.
they're not very Americanized buildings, I guess you'd call them. You know, like our traditional steel pole barn style sheds for cattle. There's not a lot of those that I've seen. They're all the like the European style sheds, cattle barns.
Those Europeans, right?
DJJ2K16 subscribe me with your Prime sub. I appreciate it very much. Thank you for the subscription, and thank you for feeling that I am worthy enough for that Prime subscription. I know there's many other modders, or not modders, but streamers out there that you could use that on. But I'm very grateful that you've decided that my channel received it. How are you doing? Hope all is well. I think you're full, Swiss. Like the big, yes, that big dairy barn in 19 was really cool. I like that one too.
Boys are just hanging out over here. Trucks full.
I'll be on the longer rows here shortly, so it'll be a little bit quicker. Then we'll move down to field. And probably go to field 1. 1, 3, and 2 will be the next pattern we'll go. Why? Because, you know, I like doing things weird. Instead of going 1, 2, 3, I want 1, 3, 2.
Why?
Just because, you know, it probably messes with everybody's numerical patterns. How are the truck driving going? Keeping up? Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of trucks.
They're just standing over there.
They're just standing over there.
Not even in.
Were they having lunch break?
I think so. Truck is full.
There's a truck. I see a truck leaving.
It's probably Phil. Maybe. Slowly leaving.
That truck don't go very fast. That's the slowest of the bunch, I believe, that one.
Has bad lights on it. So wasn't Phil. Phil's just standing in the ditch. Ditch diving.
Must have been a tractor pull sled come out today, huh?
Yeah, there was.
That's all I see in the. All I've been seeing in the council groups is people with the tractor pull sled.
Oh,
Hey, Phil's back.
yeah. You just not hear me?
Yeah, I just now heard you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I knew
Yeah,
you
it's
were
a-
away. We were talking about you.
I thought you were
Must
on
have
an
been bad.
extended lunch break or something.
No.
Swiss is trying to run my header over.
Just hit at the back end of you.
I'm gonna split this field now. Then work out of the center. Oh, I did not split that very centered.
Ate more chocolate again today.
What date are we on now?
Oh, that's done.
Oh, that's
Friday.
done.
I went through it on Friday. I ate it all. But there were the little tiny ones, like they're size of marbles. A couple bigger ones. But I went out and bought some dark chocolate from France, so it's like, yeah. I think I'm in the chocolate thing because I miss being at home for Christmas right now.
Mm.
I miss going to the chocolate cafes.
Pretty sure I put chat to sleep. Pretty
Yeah,
sure
no.
they are all sawing logs, counting sheep.
Oh, I was
That's okay.
I was on the New England map today.
Oh yeah, how'd you like it?
It's really nice.
Is it?
It's really, really nice. And I was in one of those stands, the wooden stands, structured
Mm-hmm.
wooden stands. And I was bow hunting for the first time. And it said 20 meters. That's all you get. Like all the
It's just not.
range is.
It's not forgiving, is it?
Oh no, I took down 3 bucks
Oh,
in 2.5 hours. And
wow.
they were at 50 meters. 50 meters.
That's-
And that was the longest 50 meters.
That's
so
impressive though with a bow. That takes
That was-
patience.
That was 2 lungs. Got 2 lungs with that.
That
And
was
then
that takes a lot of
Yeah.
patience to bow hunt on that game.
I tried to do the there was a red fox, but they're so tiny. Even at 20 meters, they're so hard to hit. Gotta be like maybe 10 meters. I was happy. I did pretty good, I think.
It's pretty
And I-
impressive.
And then I jumped down to Mississippi. I ended up doing some gator hunting.
Gators.
Mhm.
They got gators on there now?
On the Mississippi one, there is.
Really?
Yeah, and
I
I
did-
heard them like, there was a warning one, and I heard this whoosh, and I'm like, oh, I know what that is, because I've experienced that in real life, and I was like, yeah, it kind of made me nervous going through a swamp at night. It's like, why would I do that, like with water moccasins and alligators? Like,
Yep.
no, but it's just the time I came onto the map. I was like, oh, I'm full.
Yeah, DJ, my Discord is an invite only. Usually it's once I get to know people in the chat here, you know, you become more of a regular kind of thing. Then I will allow access to Discord, just because I like to know who people are before I let them in my Discord. Due to past experiences of just having a bunch of trolls troll me a lot, so I err on the side of caution now for my Discord. And I do it for my other Discord members, because they don't need to have all the drama and BS as well, so. I run a pretty tight ship group in my Discord. So.
Oh, you're all filled up.
Hey, Phil. So. Don't take offense to it. It's just that it's just one of the things I do to protect myself and my Discord companions from having to deal with trolls and drama. Not saying that anybody is in chat, it's just safeguards.
Appreciate it.
I was having a blast last night playing Generation with a bow and arrow. I would not recommend using that bow and arrow later on in game when you take on the bigger machines. That's for sure.
Unless you got a couple
But they
sticks
can,
of dynamite attached to it.
yeah, taking on the little machines with the bow, that's not bad. But the bigger ones, I wouldn't even, no.
I had trouble taking them out with that 32
Oh,
cal.
Builder knows who you are? Oh, okay. Well. Well, if you stick around here long enough, I'll get to know you, and then I have no problem with you hopping in the Discord with us here. And joining the peeps in here. There isn't a whole lot in my Discord. I mean, it's just some gaming channels that we play, you know, for games. And no, there's no mod links or nothing like that, so. All my stuff is all out on Giants' mod hub that I've released publicly, so. It's just a nice group of guys and gals that enjoy playing games together and multiple different games kind of thing. Just a little small community. Doing pretty good, United Bill. How are you doing this evening? They're doing good? Awesome. Yeah, I appreciate it, Phil. Respect is one of the highest things you can offer somebody. You show them respect, they'll show it back. Disrespect them, you can expect to be disrespected back. That's kind of how the philosophy works.
Yep.
Treat each other
Like
as you wish
that.
to be treated is always my gold rule that I've passed on to my young generation that are upcoming. Treat others as you wish to be treated. Mouse. Leo. Yeah, but Leo, I think you get a pass because it's under the respect the elders now clause. So, you know, you got that going for you. Do I know gunning gamers? I do not know gunning gamers. Well, I don't have white hair yet. Close. Most of mine's falling out before it gets white though. So there's that too.
So you most balls.
Most of mine are giving up when they're still brown yet.
I'll send you some hair down. I got lots.
That's gaming, aka Matt. That's a good one. Thank you for the follow and welcome to the channel. Started green early then, yeah. Yep, you just call me Matt. Yeah, I got I got that after I got through the end of your name. It's like, oh, aka Matt. Got it. Ready to go buy on YouTube? Alright, cool. You had a few at 17. Oh yeah, those are early. Oh, nice Mewtwo. Yeah, I do stream. I stream, I map make, I play Farm Sim, I play a bunch of other games too. I only usually stream Farm Sim because that's kind of what I built my channel off of. So most of my viewers, they watch for Farm Sim.
Don't forget, you also annoy your wife.
And I annoy my wife too. That's my job, is to annoy the wife and kids.
I annoy you right back too.
Yeah, I know. We share the annoyance.
I heard that was the biggest thing you do.
Yes. You make maps
Or-
too, Matt? What maps have you made? Out of curiosity. Rough childhood, Leo. Yeah. That'll do it to you.
Mrs. Taylor have to put up with you.
Yep, that she does.
What do I do?
Put up with me.
Yeah, I do.
I feel so sad for you.
Oh, Blackwater Bottoms. Yes, I know that map. Very nice. Yeah, any map that gets to the Giants mod hub, all platform. Yeah, they rank pretty high in my world because I know what it takes to get them there. Founded the Shanty Boys Map Creations. We did a lot of forestry maps in 19. This is my first full-fledged farming map. Oh, nice.
Watch what you're doing there, Brian.
Yeah, I know. I'm reading chat. I thought I was lined up, but I wasn't.
You're gonna run into the silos.
Yeah, could have been. Girlfriend Vanessa really likes the Michigan map? Well, thank you much. I'm glad she's enjoying it. You're farming on the Michigan map as well, United? Awesome. It's really neat seeing what other people do with the map, how they build out their own farms kind of thing. I venture around through the council groups and PC groups, and pretty interesting watching what other people do with the map, how they farm it, how they build farms. They cut all the trees down, they leave the trees kind of thing. Pretty neat. We're doing beet harvest. We have the whole map planted. This is how far we are right now. For those that have not been watching, or the newcomers. When we started tonight, we're somewhere around 22, 25 million liters harvested. And it was like 8 point something million dollars made. So now we're at 9.4, and we're probably close to, I would say we're probably shoving close to 25, 26 million, maybe. Hard to say. I'll do a tally here when I'm done streaming tonight in about hour and a half or so. in trouble.
Oh, with you. Oops.
I just didn't know if I could make this corner with you following because I didn't put enough headlands on this side.
Like that.
Really should know better by now.
What?
Should have more headlines. The Beat Master should know better.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He just forgets. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
picking socks up off the floor.
The sugar beet processing on your map makes dirt. What can I do? What can I use the dirt for? Well, in the real world, nothing. In the game, nothing. It's just topsoil. You dump it back on the field and work it in. There's no other value to it. Some said I should make it have properties of manure. Some said, you know, make properties of fertilizer so they could put it in a spreader and spread it back out on the field. But to keep everything in realistic terms, it's just dirt. You dump it back on your field, level it out, and work it back in.
Yeah, it's just washed off the beets. There would be no fertilizer.
Yeah, the dirt really is. It consists of maybe some little pebbles or stones, rocks that make it through the harvesters. The tips of the beets will break off as they're being loaded into the truck, so you get little beets back, the broken tips off the end of the root of the beet crop will be in the dirt, and then just dirt, topsoil. That's really what is the consistency of what is in tear dirt. Because the beets go through a cleaning process in the piler, like they do through the harvesters, to knock off more dirt and separate out the smaller beets that sometimes the harvesters will let go through. But the plant doesn't want them because there's not enough sugar content in them. Yeah, you're welcome, Matt. It's just a realism thing to add a little bit more realism to beet harvesting. How the normal beet harvesting works in the real farming world. But I made it so the pilers work both ways, so those that didn't really want to play with it or felt no need to do it that way, they could just use it as a sell point, as a a traditional sell point. So I scripted it all to work both ways universally. Because there's some that want realism, then there's others that just want to play the game and not think too much about it. So I tried making it so you had best of both worlds. She's very welcome. Been a lot of fun building these maps this past year. There's one more coming for all platform. which is a scratch built, not converted, built from scratch, ground up using a realistic or a real area of Michigan. It's based off of the terrain is predominantly 90% this real as it is in the real world on the new map. So the field layout is almost dead on, except for where I had to make some adjustments for sell points. Yep. Yeah, it's addicting. When things are working right, it's addicting. When things go south, it's not quite as fun. But that's just comes with the nature of the beast. Came up with the design in your head? Yep. Map was based on an actual area. Just a representation, yep. Yeah, the Michigan map was basically that. It was trying to capture Michigan in its whole. Where you, like the northern area, you have these big grass hills. They're not really mountains, they're just more or less big hills. And then where the actual farm is laid out is more like the Valley of Michigan or Saginaw Valley, where it's predominantly farming, because it's really good soil, really good land, drains well for the most part. And then there's aspects on the actual map that kind of play into different key locations throughout Michigan as well. So I kind of tried throwing everything Michigan has to offer in the state all in one place. The hills are a little big, but they work. But the third map is the flattest map I've ever made, because that is just the area that is built in. It is flat. You Google Earth the coordinates and go fly around on it, and or go out and get elevation data. It's flat. The ditches and canal is what makes the land move. So some people won't like it, but that's okay. Or some people say it's not really that flat. It is, but no, that's okay. I built it from off of what I know, and it's basically 20 minutes southwest of me, so that's all that matters.
And you did a darn good job.
Ozzy, I think that's how you pronounce it. Thank you for the follow and welcome to the channel. Paul, I love Michigan map. I was just playing on it until I moved back over to the Iowa Plains. Nice. Yeah, Iowa Plains is a really nice map too. There's quite a few U.S. maps that have come out here in the last month or two that are really decent. If I didn't make my own maps, I'd be on one of those maps. For sure. Cope TV, thank you for the follow as well. Welcome to the channel. Been playing Richlands, Ohio? Nice. That map is beautifully detailed. If I could only dream of putting that much detail on a map, I mean, it is crazy detailed. It does have its bugs or quirks that need to get worked out, but most maps, you know, no map comes out and it's absolutely perfect. It just doesn't happen. There's always something that isn't quite right or not working right or wasn't thought of at the time of building it. That's just map making for you. But the amount of work that's gone into that map with all the detail is just insane. And there's other people out there that totally took a dump on it, which I don't believe is the nice thing to do. I mean, when you put 200, 300 plus hours into building something for that you are, you know, love and joy, and somebody just takes a complete dump on it because it doesn't fit their play style, is kind of annoying. But
Which map is that?
Richland, Ohio map that came
Oh.
out.
That's a nice looking map.
Oh yeah, the map is beautiful looking. It does have its issues, but I strongly believe they'll get it fixed up, and it'll be all good to go in the next update. So yes, all maps have bugs. That is very true. Love the ditches being flat. Don't bother me. Usually flattish map is easier on the base game. Yes. And what I've noticed in 22, flat maps work really well with a lot of equipment. When you start manipulating the terrain a little bit in fields and stuff, then you start getting skips and stuff from the equipment because the equipment's just more picky. That's one thing I've noticed on this map. At 19, we had very little problem with skipping with all the mods and tools and in-game stuff we used. For 22, using the same terrain data, just brought it over from when converting. Some of the bigger headers and even some of the medium-sized headers will skip on a couple of the fields where you got to hit them from a different direction. So things have gotten a little bit more pickier as far as some of the equipment goes and how they interact with the ground. It's just what it is, I guess. I mean, there's a way to fix it on PC with mods. It all has to do mostly with the ground reference nodes, where they're located at, and if there's flex giving to different nodes or if it's just one node on the whole tool kind of thing. But yeah, people can be very rude. Yeah, you can't make everybody happen. Measures, yeah, there's critics on every map. It's just what it is. And most, I guess I would say most YouTube viewers that I've watched on the reviews of maps, I've been pretty decent. There's a couple of them out there that you can tell that it potentially isn't their style map, so they don't give it as such a good a grade, I guess you could call it. But for the most part, most of the YouTubers that are doing map reviews or first looks at them are doing a fairly decent job at it. I mean, most of them have never made a map, so they don't know the ins and outs and working part of it. So when they make certain comments about why it's done this way or that way, they don't know why entirely. So, but It is what it is. Polly, yes, I am the Michigan Farm. I am the Frankenmuth map, or Frankenmuth farming map, co-creator of the Michigan farming map because Salty Shorty, who was in here earlier, my moderator, he started the converting process, and then I jumped on and kind of helped him get it the rest of the way and polished it and finished it off the rest of the way for him. We kind of worked on it as a collaboration together. And then I have a third map, which is the Prairie Farm Michigan map, which is set out in the prairie of Michigan, which is a 917 acre farmland from default setup. When you first start the game, you'll have 917 acres available to farm, set up as farm fields. It's a standard sized map. Will be an all platform map, hopefully. And yeah, Doc, if you soften the ground up a little bit, yeah, if you use the end game tool to kind of, you know, soften it up a little bit, and you can get away with it then. I mean, it is fixable within game with the terrain editing tools. You can fix them, which is nice that we have that ability. If I do it on my side and launch it out to as an update, you have to have a whole new save. That's why I've not done it. Because I really try to avoid having to have my updates have to have a new save. But sometimes you just can't help it because there's triggers might be broke or something like that, then you have to do it. Because anytime you're messing with triggers, you're better off having a new save just to go start from a clean slate. But if you paint any textures on the ground, if you paint any foliage on the ground, if you do any terrain manipulation, it requires a new save to update that in your save games. So I try not to mess with any of that unless I absolutely have to. There's other things that have to create a new save versus not creating a new save, but those are the big three key things you gotta keep an eye out for. Still learn with every map. Then yes, that is true. You as a map maker, every time you make a map, you're always learning something new. And that's why I am finally going back through and updating Frankenmuth and Michigan as well, because things I've learned since building Prairie that I wanted to also put back into Frankenmuth. So that's and the Michigan map, this map. So that's why I'm gonna do one more big powwow through all the early 2 versions of the maps, and then the Prairie map will have everything that the other 2 have in it already. So that one shouldn't need an update unless there's something that we missed on our testing side that is bugged or needs to get repaired. Appreciate the work, time, man. Maps are beautiful. Love playing on them. Work well with your equipment. Awesome, Phil. Or Paul, not Phil. It's been a minute. I got a Phil in here that's playing. But yeah, Paul, I appreciate the comments. I'm not gonna lie, map makers, we hear it from all ends, and unfortunately, for me at least, the negative Nancy's stick out way more than the positive people. But it's always nice to hear that, you know, things are working like they should be. You haven't had any issues. You know, things are good. And I will say, just off the record, or on the record, however you want to look at it, quite frankly, on most maps that are released, are really good maps. It's mods that break the map. It's not so much the map is having issues, it's a mod that is either conflicting, glitched, or broke some kind of game mechanic that the map is running on. I would say as a percentage, I would say 80% of the issues people have with maps is their mod pack, not the map itself.
This ditch here looks nice.
Yeah, this was this was not a ditch. That was fun. Ugh. This is the ditch from hell. But it does look nice. It does make it look different. It's not just plain Jane when you looked across it. That was what was just annoying me a lot. When I was looking here, I was like, man, it's just so plain. There's nothing here. It's just this here is by far the best ditch I ever made on any of my maps. Even the newest map, I could not replicate this ditch like I did here. This ditch I spent way too much time on. Way too much.
It shows
look
you
nice.
it looks intertwined. It looks so
Yeah, I spent some time on that ditch.
Bill's trying to grab it back. Good try.
Follow Mr. T-Bone. Thank you for the follow and welcome to the channel. How are you doing? Hey, there's my co-creator. Oh, okay. Shanty Boy's very good friend T-Bone. Oh, so you two know each other. Okay. I won't make it. I won't make it. I wasn't paying attention. I should have cut a path over.
I was gonna mention it too, and I went, oh
You
no,
should be
he
good
won't
to get
forget.
underneath. You should be good underneath. Those trees don't have. Well, that one tree has collision, but
I,
oh, maybe it don't. You just clipped through it with the auger or the elevator, so.
I think sometimes those things seem to go.
They have something like
seem-
5 layers in your ditches? Yeah, I mean, this ditch here has two or three sets of different bushes in it. It's got some weeds, I think, thrown in here somewhere too. It's got the tall grass. It's got placed tree bushes, I guess you could call them, because there's collision on some of these bushes. I mean, I went up and down this ditch like 6, 7 times, just adding stuff to it to make it and filling stuff in, and it's just. It looks really nice, but oh, it is the best ditch I've made in all 3 of my maps. This ditch right here, and it will continue to be the best ditch because I just don't have the patience to do that on a bigger. I just I attempted to do a little bit on the prairie map just to kind of take some of them bigger ditches and kind of make them dress them up a little bit, but they don't look as good as this one. They just don't. Mr. T-Bone is the creator of the Dark Forest 19 and Dark Forest the next chapter. Oh, okay. In 22. Very nice. It's good. It's cool meeting other fellow map makers in chat here. Because I could start talking nerdish about maps and you guys understand. But yeah, I mean, I have a pretty good philosophy that any map that gets to Giants Mod Hub, it's like you already got bonus stars on my 5-star scale, because just getting it through Giants testing and get it to the Mod Hub, that's something there, because that could be a very harsh system to get through. But
Good timing.
yeah. I did get rid of the double car. There is that first car here at the supermarket has a double parked car on it, so that's been removed. I did see that the other day and fixed that. So there's only one car there now instead of two on top of each other. Actually, I think I got a Facebook message on that a little while back from somebody that noticed that. Yes. Deciphering the cryptic message. Yes, exactly. What really gets me going is when there's stuff in the map that's been approved and passed for like 6 months, and then you go to do an update that doesn't even involve said item, and they fail it because of that item that was okay prior to. That's what really gets me going. It's like, it's already been in the map. I didn't even touch this thing, but now you fail it because of that. It's like, what the hell?
Brian, is your harvester low on maintenance?
No, it's 2/3 still good yet. Am I not going as fast as they used to?
No, it's starting to slow down. I noticed that in the last pass.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's getting close to the halfway point. It might be time to. It is wearing out faster than using fuel now, because it's at 30 hours. So I'm not surprised. Because yeah, I see you're gaining on me now.
I gotta slow down. I'm probably in between, like 9.5 kilometers or something.
Never done an update, but you considered it a few times. Yeah. Frank Muth has gotten a lot of updates because mainly I was still learning how everything worked, and I always found new things I wanted to add to it, so I put an update out, or fix this, put an update out. So that one's gonna be on its 8th update since I released it, so 1.8 it'll be on. But I think I skipped a couple, so it might only be like 6. I'd have to go back through and look through my change log and see how many change logs there are, because I keep all the change logs in each one, so there's a pattern or a path to see. But yeah, that was my first map. That was me still learning a lot. Michigan will have 3 updates total. The one update was to fix the fence issue, which was another learning curve I learned about. And then Prairie map, provided there's no issues, there will only just be that release, because all the updates I've done on the other 2 maps are already in that map, so. It should be good to go. We still got 2 truck drivers?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Is Chadley still here?
He's by you there, I think.
Not by me.
He knows by Swiss.
Oh, by Swiss, okay.
Looking at it.
Making sure we're all here. We ain't lost or nothing. Or in a ditch. Swiss.
Oh, sorry. I just
Call her out. Come on.
I didn't have any. I stepped away.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to be topped off.
I missed what you were saying.
I was just taking a roll call, seeing if everybody was here.
Oh, I was. You were talking, so I didn't want to disturb.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just gone for 30 seconds. I'm here now.
Oh no, that was not even about this. Yeah, we're good.
I kind of was in a world of my own. I was just looking at something which I'll talk to you about after the stream.
Okay.
Are you talking to me or Brian?
To both.
Oh, okay.
Did you break the map?
I'm.
Hey?
I'm hoping somebody breaks it because
Yeah.
then at least there's one other thing I got fixed. The one that I seen lately was that the map has snow on it all the time, and I don't know what cause what that is, but there's a
Speeding
certain
through.
there's certain feller that has snow, lots of snow, all year
Yeah.
long. I
Yeah.
don't know how he did it, what happened. I haven't been able to recreate it. My snow melts all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to his game, but
Put put in the game at 360 through the winter every single day. What's name to a certain time, then sleeping, and then doing the 360 time again, and then sleeping, and then doing the 360. Keep doing that. It glitches the game. Game can't keep up with it.
oh,
Nah, it needs time to actually
process itself.
level it. Yeah, level itself back out, and it'll what's name. When you speed through time that quick, the game hasn't got a clue what's going on. It doesn't know if the grass is growing, the corn's growing, the wheat's growing.
Yeah,
It's a jumbled up mess that it has
to
unravel.
unscramble. Yeah,
Yeah, and it can't. And once you get to a certain point, it won't unscramble it.
just be broke.
Yeah, I've I've seen it before with somebody
I
who
imagine it affects
what's the
I
name?
imagine it affects the consoles a lot more, like old gen consoles a lot more than anybody, probably.
Yeah,
'Cause it's a lot for
yeah,
that, the older systems to keep track of.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, Matt,
He's
I am a Rough Rider. Your good friend Six Wheeling. Yep, I know him. He's in the group too. Yep. Yeah, Red Dirt. I've known Red Dirt for 3 years, 4 years, something like that now. And he's come to me a couple times asking if I wanted to join, and I kind of just nah, not right now. And I finally decided, yeah, what the heck, would take the plunge. I didn't want to be real big. That's kind of why I was kind of gun shy on it. I don't want to be a really big streamer, um, because then I don't have such a hard time keeping up with chat. Because I like to interact with my chat and try to read and respond to all the messages you guys spend the time typing to me. And if I get too many in here and the chat goes too fast, I can't catch it all. I'm still trying to play a game. So that was kind of where I was kind of gun shy about joining, because I didn't want to become a real big streamer. I just wanted to kind of keep my little group and stay off the radars. And but no, I figured why not? I mean, he's got a decent set of people that all help each other out, and if I can meet a couple new people and talk to and whatnot, it's a good thing too. So I took the plunge. You and T-Bone used to stream with Six Wheeling, hung out with a Discord together. Nice. Yeah, he's a good dude. Hi, country. Thank you for the follow and welcome to the channel. Hope you're having a good evening, morning, day, wherever you're from. But yeah, I plan on once I get which some of you guys that know my Facebook or have been out of my Facebook, um, after I get these 3 maps out, pushed through, and they're all out on Giants' Hub, all the updates and the new one, I'm gonna kind of take more of a backseat approach. I'm gonna work in my off time on my 4X versions. There's two 4X versions that I'm gonna bring out yet. They're only PC because it's a 4X. The one is my Frankenmuth 4X, which expands Frankenmuth to the west, east, and north. And then the second one is my Project 23.5.10, which is combining Michigan map or Michigan Farms map, Frankenmuth farming map, and Prairie map into a 4X map. So essentially you can play all 3 standard maps within one 4X map size. It's a logistical nightmare, but I do have all the fields in. I do have all the viable land in for the 3 maps. I have some of the objects in. But yeah, it's a it's a logistical nightmare of trying to sort through everything and get all 3 to combine to work together. Luckily, I had the idea for a while now, so when I built Prairie Map, I built it on the same terrain level starting as Frankenmuth, so those 2 terrains match and mesh together nicely. The Michigan map does not. It looks like a plateau compared to the rest of them, the other 2 maps. So I'll have to rebuild this map, redig the trenches and the ditches and stuff. That'll have to be all redone in the 4X version. But at least it's only one of 3 maps I have to redo the terrain. All the other terrain came in. I just gotta smooth things out because it came in layers, which I fully expected it would. So I got all the DEM data, which is your terrain, from the other 2 meshed together nicely. But yeah, Michigan's got to be all dug out and lowered down. But yeah, it's a nightmare. Great idea, but it's a nightmare. I can see why no one's really done it yet. Because yeah, it's an undertaking. That's where I'm looking at getting help with testing, because my testers test for, I don't want to overwork them. So if I get 3, 4 other testers that I can build trust with to look at these things for me and test the map as I'm working on it, just to knock some of the stuff out of the way so I don't have to essentially take a day off and do just testing. I can keep building the map, and as I get to another stop point or a set point, I can pack it up, send it. They can run through it again and make sure it's all working correctly, and I can keep building. Because I am the builder, and then I do have the testers that help me test the map and bring up ideas that I didn't think about to implement, kind of bounce ideas off of each other. But ultimately, yeah, I am the builder of the maps, with the exception of this map where Shorty helped start it, get stuff kind of transferred over from converting it. But the other 2 were built by me. So it's nice to have another set of team that can just say, hey, here's the next version. Tell me what's wrong. Tell me what I need to fix, and I just continue building. No, Bill, that my wife went to bed. That's Swiss. She's she's been around for a few months now.
It's April.
April, yeah. Met her when we were doing crossplay on Frankenmuth map, and she stayed around for some reason doing beats yet. So usually people
I
leave
still
by
don't know
now.
why. I don't know what I do.
Usually after about 3 months of harvesting beets, they said, I've had enough of that shit. I'm out of here. But that's how you know that they're good people too. I mean, if they stick to you, stick with it for this long, you know that they're good company. That's I've always used beet harvesting as the way to weed out those that are just looking for mods and keep the ones that are actually here to have fun and kind of become buddies, friends.
Yeah.
Heard her in the background? Yeah, she went to bed. She goes to bed around this time. About 10:30. Actually, most of the time it's the dog. The dog will start woofing at her, barking, because he wants to go to bed, and he won't go to bed unless she goes to bed. So usually it's the dog wants to go to bed, and then she just gives in and says fine. Yeah, shit, the people you can trust. I let 4B, Farmer Cop, and Driver 53 have early access to mine. They just played on it. And my girlfriend and son and I tested. Yeah, that's one thing I made clear on my post is like I don't want a YouTuber. I don't need a Twitcher to test it because I don't need it to be publicized. I need it to be tested. And a lot of those YouTuber guys they'll play on it for 3-4 days to get viewership or views on it, and then they'll never report back to you. Now I'm not saying all of them, but a majority of them, that's what they do. And you see it. You see a lot of these YouTubers out there showcasing a map, or in their headlines testing new map, and they're not testing anything. They're just playing it. Predominantly, if you get crops in the field, you're going to be able to harvest them. So you don't really need to test the farming aspect. You need to test triggers. You need to test baling. You need to test animals. That's the stuff that needs to get tested. If you get crops growing in your field, and you'll have contracts. If you have contracts, your fields are set correctly, and they're working. And then it's just a matter of, do your triggers. Test all your triggers multiple times, multiple equipment. Make sure you can get into them, get out of them. That's what testing is involved. I mean, playing the map and doing, farming it just for viewers is not testing. It's just playing the map. So unfortunately, there is some out there like that, and it is what it is.
Oh, that clickbait.
Yeah. Did a dark potato challenge on my map with cross-player mods only. It took forever. Yeah. Well, we're doing a cross-play on doing beets on this map, and we started 9. This is the 9th night that we're harvesting. This harvester has 30 and a half hours on it. So we've been harvesting for at least 30 hours on this map of just harvesting sugar beets and hauling to the piler, bringing dirt back. We haven't broke the piler. We haven't broke the farm fields. And so I can guarantee if somebody's having problems with the piler, it's their issue, not the game, not the map's issue, because we've sent nearly 30 million now, probably for sure 28 million liters of beets through the pilers, and we ain't broke one yet. They still take it, process it, give dirt back, and away they go. So If
said
you're,
because we had 3 trucks at the same time there.
yeah,
So,
if you're having a problem with the pilers, it's something you're doing wrong. Either unrealistic capacity trailer, or just not knowing how to use it. But there is a video on my Facebook page that shows how to use it, how to run it both modes. But yeah, I mean, after this many beats through it, there's nothing wrong with that piler script. Not a chance. I'm a Michigander. I deeply appreciate work. You have a fan follower for life. Well, thanks, Doc. It's awesome to meet another fellow Michigander. You probably appreciate the road names. Except for maybe Duck Fart.
I was just thinking that.
That one I literally just threw in there just to see if I could get it to go through. And that one went through, but all the other name ones didn't. So I had to change all the other ones. But there's a Yooper road, there's a Michigander road, there's an old guy road, there's a Duck Fart road, and there's like Main Street, Michigan. There's one more I'm missing. But that's not the name of Duck Fart, yeah. I was half tempted to go Duck Fart, Chicken Fart, Cow Fart, Pig Fart, Horse Fart, just all fart road names, but that probably would have threw a flag and they probably wouldn't have allowed that. So I just left the one in there just to see. Hey, Tony! How's it going? But yeah, I'm proud of Duck Fart Road. Oh, Rough Road, that's the one I'm missing. The one that's actually rough when you drive on it. It's called Rough Road.
I said that one. I said
Oh,
rough
did you?
road.
Yep. Yeah, that was one I was forgetting. Breaking stuff as usual? Oh yeah, that happens.
Are you gonna make it down there?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm at 53%. I'm over halfway across. The new updates could be unique because I've figured out a way with some helps of some other mods that I've noticed and kind of played around with. First off, on like the base maps, you can never use the that semi-trailer auger wagon. I can't remember what it was called, the load all or convey all, that's what it's called. You can never put lime in it unless you had that mod for allowing you to put lime in auger wagons. Well, I stumbled across a little fix. You will not need that mod on any of my maps because you will be able to load lime in auger wagons now. So you won't need that mod to allow that to happen. That happens on default. Also, the farmer market sell points are now set up, and I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe they're what I would call future-proofed. Meaning when cornstalk bales get added in the DLC, carrots potentially with the DLCs that are coming next year, it should have that set up to sell them already. I have that sell point working off fruit type categories instead of actual fruit types. Therefore, for instance, if you use fruit type category bulk, that basically lets you sell everything under that category in your map. There's I think there's 10 or 11 different category types that all these inputs fall into and is run by the map. So essentially I've set that trigger up under these fruit types or fruit type categories so you can sell everything. You can even get rid of snow in the trigger. You don't get paid for it because snow does not have a price per liter built into it from the game files, but you can sell it there and dump it and get rid of it, and it just disappears. You don't get paid for it or nothing. But all like the DLC, like for if you have the DLC, the Silver Run or Silver Creek Run, whatever it's called, the forestry one, the barrels, the bathtub, the easels, all those products you can sell there. You don't need to place one of the DLC mods, sell point mods. You can sell it all there. I don't know if that's gonna be okay, but it does work. Because actually, well, I can't on this map because this is the other one. But I, if I had the update in here, I could scroll through and I could show you that everything is there. I did have to finagle a couple of them because honey is registered as something that it's registered by itself. It doesn't actually is not included in a fruit type category. So I had to add that into a fruit type category within my map files to allow it to be pulled then for that sell point. It's confusing, it's complicated, but it took me all weekend to figure this out. And it works. I can sit on the trigger with the dev tool and just start plopping pallets and it sells everything. All the way through all the different pallets and products that you can get. So we have a crap hole road next to me, Doc. Gotta be good at something, I guess. Yeah, that's true. I was just about to say is there's an auger wagon now that you can put lime in. That's in the in-game mod hub, I believe. Yeah. Nope. Any auger wagon, which unfortunately, yes, all auger wagons now have, and this map and the other two maps that I have, without a mod, without any special script, I just added the fill type lime to the auger wagon category. So, unfortunately, that means you can put lime into a grain cart, but it is what it is. I use the conveyor for seeds and fertilizer, and I'd never been able to use it for lime unless I had an additional mod to make it work. And I don't like having a lot of mods, so I've quote-unquote manipulated my map file to allow it to happen. So we'll see if that is okay for Giants or not when they go testing it. I mean, they allowed the mod, so I can't see why they wouldn't allow my map just to do it by default, but the sell point thing, that was, I attempted it I think twice. Nope, three. The third time, it was 3 times I attempted it. The first one I was like, okay, let's just see if this worked. Yeah, fiddled with it. Okay, I got some of it to work, but then it didn't, and I was like, screw it. Delete. Thought about it for, I don't know, half a day or something, and it's like, oh, well, let's try this. So I went back in and fiddled it with some more. It's like, well, okay, well, I got a little bit, couple more things, but then I couldn't get like 5 of the items to register. And you can't add multiple fill types to like a double trigger. Because what I tried doing is like using, because the marketplace has 2 trigger boxes. One's for like bales and products, and the other one is for grains, or dumping. So I tried to merge the two and configure it that way, and it said, nope, you ain't doing that. Errors, errors, errors. I'm like, well, okay. Second try's a bust. Delete. Then I stumbled across a couple mods that had a fill type in it, or a fill type category. I'm like, well, wait a minute, what does that mean? So then I went to the XMLs and found the fill types, and then in there they had the categories set up. I'm like, well, wait a second here. What happens if I add this to it? And I went and pulled it back into that. Like, oh, bingo. So 24 some odd hours later, after I started it, I had it figured out, and it works. You can get rid of salt, you can get rid of snow, you can get rid of lime, your extra seeds, your extra fertilizer. All that can be sold back. Some of it will give you prices, some of it won't, because it's all geared down to whether or not there's a price scale set for it in the base files. Like snow, there's not a base set for. And there's one other thing I know that there isn't a base set for. You cannot sell poplar seed back yet. I haven't figured that one out. So it's best if you have a leftover poplar seed, just reset the planter and it'll get rid of it. The other thing it won't. What was the other thing? There's one other thing that it won't do, which is silage additive. I can't get it to take that back. So those are the only two things that I currently am not able to figure out how to get it to sell. Everything else will sell or get rid of itself. Matt, honestly, I don't think they will. And there's one main reason why. Me knowing some of the inside and outs of the game is that if you build any of the DLC, like the buildings or like the production buildings or the sell points for it, if a player downloads your map and doesn't have the DLC, it will error to the bazillion because it can't find any of the files for it. It can't pull any of the information. It can't bring any of that up. You have to have the DLC if you use those productions built into your map. So I don't think I will. I can almost guarantee that you won't see any of that DLC stuff that you can place in game released to us to be able to build it into our maps, solely because of that issue. What I do see happening is that maybe at some point when the game gets to the point where they're looking at the other version, if they make that pack free, where there's no cost to it anymore, then at that point they may release it to us, because at that point, why wouldn't you get a free DLC? So then you would have the files and all the structure to do it. But if you build any of that stuff in your map now, for fill types and anything like that, you will error it if you don't have that DLC. That I also found out this weekend. Because how I figured out some of the fill types, because what I did is I went and I have the DLC that was gifted to me. So I loaded up a saved it. Well, first I placed all the placeables down. So I had all the products and stuff, and I saved it. Then I went into my saved game and started tracking through the XMLs to find all the fill types that were being registered. So then I knew what fill types to add. So then I added a couple, and then when I tested it, yeah, with DLC activated, not a problem. It registered everything. Took out the DLC or unactivated it. Woof, not a good idea. Errors, can't find this, can't find that. So I don't think we'll ever see it. Unless they make it free, then like I said, at that point, who wouldn't get it if it was free? Everybody should have it then at that point, and everything would be fine. But yeah, those who don't have it, and you build any of that into your map, And I did test my trigger here, and it will work whether you have it or do not have it. So that's a good thing. So whether you have the DLC, the Platinum DLC or Expansion DLC or whatever they call it, or you don't, it will still load the map either way, no problems, no errors, no issues. The only thing you'll have to do for the DLC products, of course, on any of my maps, is you'll have to place a buy silo or buy all silo to get iron ore. There's no way around that. I could build it into the map, but that would require a new save, and I don't want to do new saves at this point in the game. So I'm leaving it out, and there's silos out there that will allow you to buy iron ore, because that is one of the inputs you need for the DLC productions is iron ore that you can't get from base maps because we don't have the mine. So yeah, and you can build it into the map without a problem. There's maps that came out with iron ore in it, but my maps are so late into the game for that, and that it requires a new save, I'm not willing to do it. because I don't want people to have to start all over again that have hours and hours and hours on the map. It just, it's not worth it. It's a trade-off of doing things like that, you know. If you put it in there, you have to have a whole new save, you have to start all over, you lose everything. Is that a valuable trade-off to have iron ore? No. Not in my opinion, it's not, so I left it out. That's the same problem with rye that I wanted to add it to, which, because I had to update triggers, and add triggers, you have to have a new save because they all register at the start of your new save game. That's when all the triggers get placed into the map, get called in, and saved as an ID. So if you remove triggers, or add more triggers in, you have to have a new save, otherwise it will not update, and you'll have errors in your log saying this trigger's missing now, or this one's been added, I don't know what the hell it is, kind of thing. Because it doesn't register to the save until you create a new save game. So, they released iron ore big bags today? Well, there you go, Tony. There's your iron ore. So they've alleviated the problem then. You can just get the mod and it's iron ore and voila. That's awesome, Tony. That is one of the what?
No, you've got to have the DLC to get the iron ore bags.
Well, yeah.
It says in the mod description.
Yeah, well that's fine too, because you don't need iron ore unless you have the DLC, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, so that's perfect. And then it's not a problem anymore then. Yep, problem solved. Must have the DLC. Yep, Tony, that's what Filter said. Which makes sense. You have to have the DLC to use an item or an input that the DLC requires. I mean, it's common sense. But, yeah, so I figured it out. And it just by using the fill type categories instead of fill types, you use the category for that fill type instead of the fill type itself. And voila. It's very similar to what the like the sell everything mod does. It's set up very similar to that, but that one is actually missing a few things that you can't sell on it. Like you can't sell eggs or honey, I believe, or maybe it was just honey. There's 2 or 3 things you cannot sell at the sell everything mod, where my trigger, the way I've set it up and the way I've changed things inside my map, will allow you to do it. So you won't need that mod either, because my farmer markets are now a sell everything trigger. So it works so far. You can even sell manure there, or digestate. Which I think digestate is just liquid manure, but I don't know for sure, 100%. Hey, do you know if I can see the storage on my beehives? I don't know. I've never played with the beehives. So I do not know anything about them, unfortunately.
If you can, it'll be under productions.
Under productions, Phil?
Yeah.
I was gonna say digestate is from fermentation from either grass or corn, some plant.
Oh, okay, that's what that is.
Yeah.
So then
From silage.
then there is still like liquid manure and manure,
Yeah.
and then digestate's a third product of the creation of those 2 things, kind of thing, like a byproduct,
It's the byproduct from
the biogas.
or plants.
Okay. Can't seem to find the production menu. Yeah, I wish I could help you, but I've never messed with the bees at all. There's a lot of things I haven't really messed with because I usually just harvest beets.
It's
Yeah.
the 6th. one up from the bottom, production
Alrighty,
menu.
Chadley.
It's got, it looks like a robot face. That's your production. It's got an arrow pointing to the right on it. That's your production menu.
Thank you for all the help, Chadley, if you're still in chat. Appreciate it. Good having you on here again. Helping out on the big beet harvest. We're getting down to the end, though. We should be done before Christmas at this rate. Beehives, you have to place the honey pallet spawn point. Yeah, I have no clue. But I do know I can sell honey on the map. That's all I can tell you about honey. That took some finagling.
You have to put the spawn point anywhere on the map.
Oh, really? Anywhere on the map, and then it'll just spawn
Anywhere.
honey pallets?
Yeah.
No matter where your bees are at?
No, anywhere.
Well, that's
So
pretty cool.
If I have crops on another field, like across the map, I'll put it at my house. And it will spawn at my house.
Oh, you only get one pallet of honey?
There is mods out there where you get more.
Well, you get more, yeah, but by default, you only get one pallet?
Yeah, I think it's only one.
Wow. Guess it's kind of irrelative then to have a sell point for just honey. You only got one pallet.
Of
course.
I think mods came out really quickly for that. You can get multiple pallets will spawn. So I never used the single one. Never have.
They give your crops a boost, huh? Like the flowering crops, or like, because sugar beets and bees
Flowering.
don't. Okay, because like if I put a beehive next to a sugar beet field and I get more honey because of it, there's something wrong there because there's no flowers on beets. They're just leaves.
Like
No.
like canola.
But the flowering crops, okay. Sunflowers.
Sunflowers, canola, what else is there? I don't know, whatever else.
Is it soybean?
I don't know
Soybeans
do
have flowers, yep.
flowers, but I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Corn don't. Corn has a
No.
self-pollinating feature. And sugar beets do not require pollinating their root crop. But however, that's not true for potatoes. Potatoes have flowers,
Potatoes do.
but sugar beets do not. At least not in their first stage, because sugar beets are actually a 2-year crop. The first year, they are just a root crop, a beet, sugar beet. The second year is when they go to seed and produce seeds. So that's why sometimes when you plant a field of sugar beets, you'll have what they excuse me. You have what they call bolter. And it's essentially a nickname for a sugar beet that skipped its first stage and went straight to the second stage and produced a seed on top, a seed stalk. And those you're supposed to remove from your fields or cut them or destroy them from your beet fields before they go to seed. But around here they call them bolters.
It's canola, sunflowers, and potatoes that bees increase yield on.
Nice. Didn't know that.
I just had a quick look in the menu, and that's the 3 crops that it says.
Is it 2%?
I think it's 3 Swiss. But don't quote me on that.
I know something like that. Anyways.
Yeah, I know it's something.
Oh, we're coming up on a pay hour. 1400.
Oh yeah.
See what we get. We're at 9.4 right now. See what we get when that clocks over to 1400.
Let's see if we can get this last loading.
Nah, missed it. It's
Yeah.
about 600,000. So our normal
Yeah.
average. Oh, we broke 10 million. Off to bed, good people. Have a great night. You too, Tony. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Keep doing what you've been doing. I don't know if we gave you a shout out, Tony, but if you could, Leo, give him a shout out again. I think I totally buggered that whole thing, so I apologize. But Tony does some great great comedy videos for when the mods release in the mornings. It's a good time. Among other things that he does, but that's my most memorable moment is watching him when I was off on vacation, doing the mod the mods that come out for the day.
I should get that link. I haven't seen that. Seen him.
Let's see, Leo can do the shout out, and then you can click on that and follow him.
I'm not even in the stream
Oh,
actually.
I can send you it later then. That's not a problem. Yep.
You getting tired, Phil, driving back and forth?
Yeah. I've been getting breaks.
I noticed.
You got it,
That's
Leo,
right.
or do you want me to do it real quick? I can do it too.
I can keep up with you. Probably won't now because there's only one driving.
There we go. His mod review video or time and when the mods drop is it's a good time. Definitely a fun time. Mod time with Tony. I think it's what he refers it to as. Alright, Lieutenant Dan. You have yourself a great day tomorrow, and thanks for hanging out. And I'm gonna split this field again over here on this side. Oh, that's not far enough. Try and make this one more in the center. Hoping for school to be canceled. Got a snow day today. Hope for tomorrow too. Yeah, we haven't got snow here yet. Had a little bit, but nothing of major accumulation yet. But I imagine it's coming. Hey, big money. Peeking in here, see what's going on. Beets. Lots of beets.
Did you see that?
But you hitting the other truck?
Nope.
Oh, I saw
I
that.
went to, I went to hit C. Wasn't looking, and I pressed E instead, and jumped off the truck. I just kept on going.
That's my quick way of getting out of vehicles.
Supposed to get 6-7
Having
inches.
You can jump out.
Yeah.
A lot of rain. Well, at least it was rain, not snow. Snow's not bad. I mean, it's a normal thing. If it's gonna be cold, it should be snowing. That's kind of more my philosophy. Or it should be snow on the ground at least if it's cold out. Cold, no snow is just lame.
And you gotta have snow for Christmas.
But like one good snowfall, that'd be great. You know, get it. Bam! Here's 7 inches of snow. Stays cold the rest of the winter. No more snow. Just that'd be perfect. Rather than ice, yeah, ice is not fun at all. Have fun in your wheat harvest. It has been a pleasure talking to you. Looking forward to your other map. Going to head to bed. Alrighty, Matt. You have yourself a great night. Thanks for stopping by and chatting. And yeah, have a good one. How is the best map maker? I don't think that's true, but I appreciate that you think so highly of me. But I think there's better map makers out there. I just kind of get by with what little bit I know, but appreciate it. But I've been doing good. We got all the updates done through the weekend. We just got to get some testing done on them, and are you? I just saw.
Forgot that I beat
Chris is supposed to go the other way, not
Oh,
not back in my bin.
I knew it. I was gonna fold it up so you'd have room. And oh no, he can make it. I forgot I had beets in the back.
I think Swiss is falling asleep there.
No, I'm good.
That was I didn't think that would actually work. I mean, I know the harvesters can unload into themselves, but I didn't think the beet cart would do it.
In Frankenmood, I filled yours up before.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, when you were out chatting, I pull up and fill it up,
Oh.
and then you come back and oh, I guess I'm full.
Oh, that's just wrong.
I think I did it 3 times. And I think it was last week or the week before I filled yours up too. I filled up when you were on.
Honestly, I don't even like that whole half the field over there. I don't even remember doing because I've been reading, and chat, and I'm just going through the motions. I'm not really even hardly paying attention. I don't even remember harvesting half of that. I just turn around, point it straight, and just let it go.
I know I'm constantly keep trying to adjust the cruise control.
Yeah, we're getting under about 50% now, so. But we're getting down on fuel, 50% fuel too, so. We'll run it through the rest of the night, and then we'll have to repair it for the next run.
I'm full.
About every other night we gotta repair and fuel. But we're at 31.2 hours now on this beast.
Oof.
It's not gonna be worth much when we sell it.
No.
You're pretty well wore out. Because like
Right.
32 hours or 31 hours in game is more like 8,000 hours in real life.
Get like $10,000 for it.
Don't want to paint it, it'll cost an absolute fortune.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to
Wide is
paint it no more.
crazy.
No,
Probably 100,000 or something.
Probably.
Should build a conveyor belt from each field goes straight to the beet piles.
Don't Swiss.
What's
What's-
that?
I've seen that done. Somebody done that in 17
Did they?
for yeah,
What?
for
What's?
silage.
Oh, I said you should build a conveyor belt from each field straight to the beet piler.
Oh my gosh.
Wouldn't that be, wouldn't that be fun?
You'd
That
you'd
would be
actually
a
spend more
nightmare.
you'd spend more time moving the belts about because they move around than you would actually driving
Oh
a
no,
truck.
they're just built right into the ground. You don't, like a subway or something. Like a, like what do you call it? Like at the airport when you get on those.
Yeah, it's like the ones that they use in the open cast coal mines. They dump them straight up into a conveyor, onto a conveyor, and it sends it like 2 miles away. Is that the ones you're thinking of, Swiss?
Oh, I've never seen. I was just thinking a conveyor belt that just is next
Yeah.
to the road, and it just you just dump in it and it just takes it off.
Yeah, that's what these do.
I mean, I was just joking, but maybe.
Well, I think I'm gonna do one more round here, and I'm gonna. There's no way I'm finishing this tonight, so we have some things to discuss. So should I go to bed on a normal time? That will give me an extra half an hour here.
Getting worried. Daddy's gonna have a talk with us, Phil.
I'm just,
Yeah.
I'm just playing into what Phil was talking about earlier. I have no idea what's going on. But yeah, I mean, it's already 11:30. I would not finish this by 12 anyway, so might as just do one more round here and we'll pack it in.
Phil, there's one truck filled on the other end here, and the other's half.
See what, see who we could raid that might be still going tonight yet. Actually, I'll start looking now. That way we get that. Ooh, do 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 do. Oop, I hear a tractor. Doink.
Me.
It's not looking good. I don't have anybody. That's ATS, ATS. No idea what that game is. And that's Satisfactory.
Going down again.
Yep, one round. Down and back. What are we planting next? The next all map
Those,
will. What did you say? Potatoes?
yeah,
I
I'm
don't know.
joking.
You and whose army? Because I ain't doing potatoes. No, the next big all map harvest will be corn on the prairie map. That's next on the list or on the docket. But we will have to wait until that map gets released on platform so we can play all, cross play again with viewers and whatnot. So yeah, that will be a massive corn harvest on the prairie map. Combine corn, not silage corn. Combine. Oh, on this map, not sure. This map might be just starting over on a new save for a server. Because I kind of bought all the land and nothing really to work for on this save because I wanted to do a full map of beet harvest to see what we could come in for numbers on. But usually on beet fields, I will usually follow up with usually corn is usually what I will plant on beet field rotation.
Is that what they do in Michigan? Do they do beets and then corn?
Traditionally, yeah, I mean it's about half and half. Some will do soybeans on top of old beet ground. Others will do corn. They do corn predominantly because you with the beet fields you usually end up ripping them or deep ripping them. So it's really good and loose soil for the corn roots to get really well established. So they usually will follow up with corn for the next year. And then after corn, they'll do soybeans. And then after soybeans, they'll usually go back to beets or corn again. Some will do corn to sugar beets and then beans, but with beets, there's only so many shares that you can grow from the factory, so a lot of the ground, you can't plant a full rotation for beets, corn, soybeans, because you don't have that many beet shares usually to cover your acreage.
There you go.
Mickey, you love the map? Started on Sunday? Nice. Thank you much. But I don't have anybody to raid, unfortunately, so yeah. I gotta get out there and get some more channels followed and so I have more options. So yes, Mickey, this is my map. What is normally rotation after sorghum? I do not know, United Bill. Sorghum is not very popular in Michigan, and most farmers who grow it, it gets chopped for cattle feed. It never actually gets matured out and harvested in with the combine, or it's just chopped. cattle feed filler. But anywho, I'm gonna call her quits for the night, chat. Thank you for watching. It's been a lot of fun discussing different topics between modding and mapping and just general chatting. We'll be back again tomorrow night on the map here, harvesting beets. Yeah, I could do. Oh, we'll do that tomorrow. Oh, hey, we got Lewis scripters. Where's this off of? Lewis stack, fill, transform. Flexions and script binding. What the hell is that? Oh, transform group set rotation. I had that before. This harvester's
Yeah.
this harvester's got issues.
Yeah.
I've seen that before
We had
now.
that yeah, we had that last week.
Yeah, we had that problem with this
And,
harvester last week.
What's wrong
Yeah.
with it?
It's something when it goes to unload that the translations aren't correct on it for rotation or something like that. It's got some minor bugs to it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Giants ain't fixed it yet, but yeah, that's something to do with this harvester.
Yeah. There was a point about an hour into it. For me, it went dead laggy.
Okay.
And what's the name? And I was gonna say, is that harvester throwing errors again on us? Because I had a look at my log, but nothing showed up for me.
Yep.
Didn't see anything.
Alrighty. I'm heading out. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow. And Thursday this week, I plan on playing on the Prairie map. And showing that off a little bit more and doing a little bit more of mess around on it and getting things figured out and doing a little bit of cell point trigger testing and stuff like that, because I can actually show you guys, because that is the updated version. I have all the new triggers in it. I can show you guys how that works, what it does, how it sets it all up, and all that fun stuff. But anywho, what size? This map is a standard size map. It's all platforms. So anywho, on that note, you guys have a great night, and we will see you next time.
Good
Bye,
night.
chat.